We need to absolutely work in this together. Not see ourselves as a hero, as I'm the guy, I'm the biggest artist in Montreal. More like creating that platform where we can all work together and get like better results and look at the bigger picture. It's no time to be fighting with each other or comparing with each other or trying to destroy other people or collectives, because like bigger picture is like where we can all eat and live the life we deserve. I feel like through all this unity, we can build something very beautiful and change a lot of life, make some dreams come true.
What does community mean to you, like the word itself?
I was a very anxious, shy guy before. I started being more confident and connected with myself when I was maybe like 24. Yeah.
How were you able to like go from the shy kid?
What you're creating right here, bro, is like a very important platform, man, because you're bringing a lot of value to people.
All right, Aldo Stefano.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, I feel like I keep getting this name perfectly right.
Yeah, actually you do.
Do I pronounce it better than like Latin people?
Then a lot of people from Starbucks too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like Latin people get it right, and Italians too. But the rest of the world, no, not really. I think it's my fault actually, because when they ask my name, I just go like Aldo, like straight, like I was pronouncing it in Spanish. So they get confused a little.
It's like that brand, the shoe brand,
Yes,
right?
100%.
That
Yeah.
you shop for.
I didn't shoot for Aldo. I worked for Aldo when I was maybe like 22. But I did work for Little Burgundy when it was owned by Aldo.
You said, "Hey, let's have a conversation about Nucleo." Now let's talk about Nucleo. What is the purpose of Nucleo?
We created Nucleo. It was because first we saw that there was a huge opportunity in the world, because like there's a lot of things happening in the music industry. For example, like Latin industry been making like very big numbers, like the biggest numbers for the last like 3, 4, 5 years. And I feel like more people is investing too into the like the I feel like our generation today in 2023, we're trying to clean all that mess from that old generation. So we're trying to like elevate business and people's life with our artistic tools. So it's very hard because they're like they have all the connections, these people. And now there's like a bunch of kids coming with a whole different direction with a universal language, visually. And that we're trying to like clean that up. It's a slow process because they have to trust you, and they've been doing it for so long, and it worked out because like Latin industry is very like fun and drinks and all that, but it's way more than just like drinks, good food, and beautiful women. So we're trying to communicate what like truly Latin culture is, and just elevate and people's business and life in the industry.
And how did you find that courage to be like, you know what? I'm gonna start this thing with my team and um, show people what Latin values really are.
I think everything started when I had a conversation with my friend Jose. He's a graphic designer. He works more into like corporate brands and stuff like that. We were having wine, and he told me that the biggest like marketing, one of the biggest marketing companies in the world, is a company that is based in Miami, and it's just focused in Latin business. Literally, when he said that, I was like, oh wow, okay, there's a big opportunity if I ever want to expand to like other countries. And you were saying like how I'm gonna do it, like how I'm gonna like try to clean this mess.
Yeah,
I think it's just like creating a platform where like everybody feels safe, and where like people understand that they're more than welcome to like work with us. I feel like we don't want to be the photographer, the videographer, the graphic designer. No, we want to build a home for all these like visual artists or music artists who want to be part of it, who trust this vision, who wants to elevate things. So I feel like through unity, we can achieve like a lot of things and clean all this mess. I feel like the goal is just to see, like to see every single like Latin business where I believe they deserve to be and to look like, because I feel like in Montreal, if you think about like the Filipino like community, bro, that community is insane.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I feel like they're so tied together. They have like beautiful values and they're communicating that. And everything they're doing like around fashion, barbershops, like it's all like so well branded, because they're giving opportunities to like the right people. They're giving their money to the right people, in their community, So I feel like we can do the same with the Latin community, and it's a very, very big community, but we need to absolutely work in this together. Not see yourself as a hero, as I'm the face of the thing. I'm the guy. I'm the biggest artist in Montreal. More like creating that platform where like we can all work together and get like better results and look at the bigger picture.
Familia, as they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What does nucleo mean, and where did that name come from?
Nucleo means is this the start of everything. It's like the main thing, like the most important thing in something, Yeah, I think it's just that it's the heart of everything.
The heart
Is
of
the heart of
everything.
everything, or the reason why you're doing things to that's motivating you. I feel like it's the main reason why things are happening, or yeah, pretty much the heart of things, I think. And we just bro, we're just like brainstorming like names for this. I always suck at finding names. I think it's like one of
Yeah.
the hardest things ever. And if you can name me someone who's good at finding names, please like let me know who that is, because man, I feel like everybody has a tough time with that. But when it comes, it comes. So we're just like looking for names. And I was like, yeah, luz, which means like light, and this and that. And then my friend, bro, he just freaked out, and we felt like he freaked out. We're like, yo, what's going on? My partner, Miguel, he's a videographer. And he goes like, nucleo. And we're like, oh shit, that actually sounds like very dope. Like, it sounds like hype and strong and huge. And then when we look at the definition of nucleo, meaning the start of something, the heart of something, the main reason why you're doing things, we're like, whoa, that has a lot of value, and we can play around with that word a lot. And also, like in nuclear, you have an accent, so I feel like we can have a lot of fun, like in terms of like graphic design. We can
Yeah.
have a lot of fun with the accent if we ever like collaborate with people, or yeah, whatever.
So, how many people are in the team right now?
We are three co-founders actually right now.
Three
Yeah, I have
co-founders.
three partners. Angel, he's from Mexico City, which is like one of the capitals of the Latin music in the world right now. Graphic designer, and he's actually Miguel's cousin, who's the videographer, my other partner. He's from Puebla. I really hope I got that right, because he's gonna be watching this. He's my partner and like one of the people I love the most. But yeah, videographer. So yeah, man, I presented the idea. We started speaking about like what was happening right now in the Latin industry, and in Montreal, everybody getting together, and a lot of people like working with each other, and Fuego, all these platforms. So it was like, wow, I've this is crazy. All these like musicians, they're not working on their own space, each of them, like separately. No, they're actually all working together. They all get along together. And I was like, I don't think we see this in Colombia or Puerto Rico or like other places, to be honest. I feel like this is pretty magic and special. So I feel like even if like we don't have the infrastructure for music in Montreal, uh, I feel like we still can bring something to these people's life, like as Nucleo.
Do you wish you would have started nucleo earlier?
I don't think so, man, because I feel like all the job that we're doing visually today, it tells our story. It's a representation visually of like what we have done in the past, the type of like contracts we did in the past, all the different industries like the football industry, the fashion industry, the music industry. Like I feel like it's a representation of all that, and that's why we can give like this quality of image to everything that we're doing right now. So I feel like it's the perfect time. And I know also like Latin music is the biggest like music industry in the world right now. You know,
Yeah.
like you have like Fuego Fuego selling 3 times more than Metro Metro in the same year. You know, which is crazy. Uh, what else? Well, Bad Bunny winning everything, being the top artist from Spotify from like in 3 years in a row,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy, man. And you have like now like a lot of like rich people trying to invest into like the Latin industry, or Air Commun, you know, like trying to connect with like Frikiton, and Frikiton doing the first Air Commun ever, Latin Air Commun, and having the biggest sales and the most people, and it was the biggest like Air Commun they ever did, and they're like extremely happy, you know. So I feel like these are all things that are aligned. Um, Latin collective in Montreal right now. You have like Frigiton, which they are like my family. I'm very tight with them. Shout out to them, beautiful people. You have Discoño, Porqueria, Piquete, and these three last collective I said, they're all like queer collective, and bro, their taste in reggaeton, they have like a Thai community. It's beautiful what they're creating. They all like get along together too. You have another collective called Flotico that throw like very nice parties too. And yeah, man, I feel like they're all like doing their thing, and it's just a big opportunity for us. We just need them. We just need everybody in the Latin industry to keep building and working as hard as they can, and innovating and working together. Like we need all this collective to understand that they all need to be doing good, so the bigger picture gets better. You know, so the Latin community grows and we build more opportunities for our people. It's no time to be like fighting with each other, or comparing with each other, or trying to destroy other people or collectives. No, there's no time for that, because like the bigger picture is like where we can all eat and live the life we deserve, you know. So yeah, man, I feel like through all this unity we can build something very beautiful, and change a lot of life, you know, make some dreams come true.
You know, you mentioned community, the word, a lot.
Yeah.
What does community mean to you, like the word itself?
Community, I think, is a group of people who feels, is it identified? That's how you pronounce it, yeah?
Identify? Yeah.
Yeah. A group of people who feels identified with your story, and since they feel identified, they support it and they want to embrace it too. And I feel like this is something that they want to add to their lives, so they grow in the right direction, you know. So I think that's what community is, which
No.
is a beautiful thing to grow organically, and very important, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, being able to help each other, lift each other up,
Yeah.
right? Grow with each other. I
Yeah.
mean, what else can you really want from your circle, right? Have you had a community in the past that helped you grow, or expanded your knowledge and just wanted to see you win?
Yeah, definitely. I think like we actually grow communities when we're very young. I feel like your friends are your first community, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like when I was a kid, like being a football player, you know, soccer, please, football. Being a football player, I feel like a lot of like people from my school would feel like identified because I was performing well, and they wanted to know more, and they would be close to me and go ask me to go practice with them and give them feedback. So since a very young age, I feel like we've been like growing like communities around us, you know. Wait, what was the question again? I got lost.
The question was, have you had a community in the past?
Yeah, I think through photography, I had a community going on. People like asking for advice about like photography, and like it's not much about like the creative side or like
Yeah.
skills. It's more like how to deal with like clients. I'm not gonna name this person, okay? But you had someone on your podcast who's doing amazing work, and he's working with like very big people. And I remember in my first days as a photographer, he was like asking me a lot of questions about it, and I plugged this person into like people, and now he's shooting for like crazy brands, you know.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think through photography, working with no diploma too, understood like a lot of things about like growing a community. You know,
Yeah.
like building the whole project from scratch with Ben, and like seeing how things grow, and trying things and making mistakes, and rebranding and redoing, taking a step back and redoing again. I feel like we we both learn a lot from like building a community, and I do believe that that's definitely the most important thing any single business needs to grow, in terms if you want to do like great marketing. If you find a way to grow a community, to connect in a human way with your community, you're set. You're good.
What would be some of like an actionable steps? So for example, you have a new Latin business, okay? And they reach out to you and they're like, "Hey, I would need help building a community based on your previous experiences." What do you think you would implement in that business?
Yeah, I feel sometimes where we're like looking to refresh things or innovate, we're looking for answers, and we're looking a little bit too hard, when like the answers are like literally right
Right
there,
there,
right in
yeah.
front of you. So I believe that if a client comes to me and he tells me he wants to grow a community, and he doesn't know how to, and he been trying to like write these corny fucking captions, imagine he has like a sandwich business, and he
Yeah.
goes like, he writes like, this sandwich that reminds me of my childhood, like something corny like that. You're not gonna build a community around that. That's just corny, I feel like he's going too far, he's pushing too hard, it's too obvious. I feel like we need to sit down with that client, get to know him better, get to know his story, what he wants to communicate, and that's just how you find this branding. The answers are just right there, so if you just get to know your client properly, where he comes from, you can find like so many different pieces of content to create for this business, that are like, people are gonna feel more identified, because I feel like if you make the connection with your product and people, but the answer comes from the people and not your product, you're gonna create something very good.
If I could explain, that would be, you're trying to get people to connect with the product rather than telling them this is the product in front of you, buy this,
Yeah,
type of thing.
true. It always comes to like tell people stories, man.
Telling stories.
Yeah, we're storytellers, man. We're just storytellers. I feel like that's the way to connect with people. That's the way to grow a nice community. Just telling people stories.
I mean, essentially, that's what we're kind of doing. We're telling stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you always, for your clients, you always need to provide different products that respect like different aspects. So you always need like these very commercial, like visual,
Yeah.
and these very like visual that has a lot of value and it's very meaningful and connects with the people, and these like more on an educational like type of like content about the product, so they understand where the product comes from and how it's made. So I feel like if you communicate these, if you use these three different aspects to like promote something or do marketing, I feel like it's a very nice formula. It's a good formula and it works out very well.
Would you say Nucleo is a creative agency?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, I this is coming from an outsider perspective. A lot of people open agencies simply because it makes a lot of money, or it can.
Yeah.
You started Nucleo pretty recently too, with your
Yeah.
co-founders. How have you been able to get so many clients?
I think just building the right formula, man. I'm not saying that we have the perfect formula, but I feel like putting work out there, man, and being out there and connecting with people and talking to people and knowing what to say and to be at the right place. I feel like that's all very important. You know, you cannot just be like behind your computer and like sending thousands of emails and getting contracts out of those thousand of emails, because we know how that goes. Like when you are there physically with people, I feel like that's the right way to connect. I feel like things just being flowing, but like we've been like putting a lot of time into it. So sometimes when you put a lot of time to something, there is something somewhere else that it's being created, you know. So I feel it's like a law of life, of attraction. If you put time into it, you're gonna attract things too, you know, that you're
Yeah.
not really looking for. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like just being at the right places and connected with people and knowing what to say and like communicating value and communicating what we really want to do, and getting better at it all the time, and giving each other like feedback, like in the team, about like every single production, about like every single mistake we made, so we don't make them, so we make things better. I feel like those things are just gonna attract more and more and more people. But honestly, bro, I met Miguel magically, man. We started getting so many gigs. We met, we built this beautiful like friendship. We share the same humor, like same like friendship values, and work ethics too. Like we're both like workaholics, you know. We're like very ambitious too. But suddenly, bro, we started getting like a lot of gigs, man, and we're like, oh shit, okay, let's. I think maybe let's do things properly, you know, because there's something happening.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just happened, bro. But it's not like it happened and we're just like in our couch, like watching Netflix, you
Right.
know. No, we been putting time to work a lot and innovating and trying new things, you know. Nothing comes easy, you know. Everything takes time.
What's been the biggest lesson you have learned ever since starting Nucleo?
Man, I feel like every single lesson they'll have been like so important, man. Because, you know, by little steps you go where you want to go, you know.
Yeah.
But the biggest lesson, bro, um I think um I've been learning a lot about like how to be more organized, so I don't get overwhelmed and doesn't stress me out, because I think if I don't take care of my mind and my peace and my mental health, like how I'm feeling, I'm not gonna be able to deliver, because that's where like the ideas come from, and that's what you get to meet when you meet me physically too, like a very healthy brain, you know. So I feel like learning more about like organization and like putting placing things and tasks and all that, like having like a right schedule and very using your schedule properly, you know. I feel like it brought a lot of peace to my life, and I don't feel that overwhelmed anymore. And it's crazy because nuclear is new, right? So maybe like
Yeah.
a
Very new.
month ago I was crazy overwhelmed, or you have no idea, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was like, no, I need to change something, and we spoke about it, you know. And yeah, I feel like that piece right there has no price, man. uh but
What's your day to day looking like?
up. Brush
I
my
wake
teeth.
up.
I'll brush my teeth. No, I'm kidding. I think I think yeah, waking up and then you know, getting ready, my little workout, my little breakfast, and
So workout is a priority.
definitely
Okay.
yes, 100%. Because I feel like when you take your little cold shower and you do your little workout, your mind is like more ready to whatever that's coming. You
You're
know?
taking cold showers too?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice,
yeah, yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this winter though, but we'll see how it
No, I
goes. But game changer, man.
yeah, I feel
Oh
that.
wow, you
Wait,
feel fresh.
you're stepping in like how cold is it?
Cold.
Like
I don't
cold.
start the shower cold.
Okay, okay.
I'm not a psychopath like that, man.
Okay, okay,
Not
okay.
yet.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
you're trying to get there though. Are you?
no, not
No?
even, man. Nah, fuck no. I don't want to start my shower like cold, like right away. No, no, no. I start my shower like, you know,
Coldish
just
and then
chill. Yeah, exactly.
okay, yeah.
And then I go like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, and start
Right.
screaming. Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but yeah, that wakes you up like crazy. Uh, I do not like working from home, and I don't like working from nobody's home. It makes me so sleepy. and it makes me so hungry all the time. And I can eat like 4 or 5 meals a day, you know, so it's not good for anything. For his kitchen is not good and whatever. But yeah, it makes me sleepy. So I like going to like cafes, like workspace and stuff like that. I feel like I feel more stimulated. I like seeing people around and movement. I feel like it wakes me up and gives me a nice vibe. But I can go from 8 a.m. to midnight, literally, you know.
Oh, you can go from 8 a.m. to midnight?
100%, yeah. Because I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
That's
If I had
amazing.
like 3 4 meetings, then it's like, oh my god, I'm exhausted. But if it's just like planning, editing, working, sending, boom boom boom, like brainstorming. Oops, sorry, Mike. Brainstorming. I think I can go for hours and hours and hours. At some points, because like, okay, I need to go back home, you know. And then when I go back home, I cannot just shower and go to sleep. I can't do that. If I go home, like I'm gonna shower, but I need to do something before I go to sleep. Because if I don't do something before I go to sleep, I get so stimulated because of like work and all these
Yeah.
projects, you know, and all these nice people that like that energy right there is gonna. If I don't put into something after work, I'm gonna feel like anxious. I'm gonna be like, I have so much energy. I need to give it, and there's nothing to do. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I can't.
And what is it that you're doing?
When I finish work,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. See my friends. I
Nice.
see. I think I see my friends or talk about like other things or joke around or like go for food, go for walks. Um, yeah, man. I feel like different things, you know. Watch a movie to.
Where is it that you're going? Like in terms of cafe and workspaces, do you have like set places you go? Because I'm literally trying to do the same
I
things.
change all the time, man.
Huh?
I'm always changing.
Always changing?
Yeah,
That's
because
what people tell me.
it's fun, man, because you get a different vibe, different energy. So I feel like it, it feeds your life and your creativity and your culture, you know. So
Interesting.
I've been going to this Persian cafe on Sherbrooke. It's so nice.
Yeah.
They have like a nice seats. It's cozy. It's dark, so for editing it's very good. And they have Persian food, which is like one of my favorite foods in the world. They have like Persian breakfast and the main dishes, and like it's delicious,
But
man.
then you don't have the second monitor.
What do you mean? Oh, I don't need it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Not for now.
This conversation was simply just so I can find a new cafe.
Yeah, man, come by, man. It's a very cool one, man. But yeah, it's either cafes or sometimes I go to bars to work to a bar with like a little drink or a shisha bar too. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
that's amazing.
Different dynamic.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. You started freelancing in 2017, then, right?
I think it was in 2015.
2015.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it was not a thing back then. I just wanted to like document my life, like take photos of like places I was going, my friends, parties, and fashion stuff like that. But it was not a thing. But I would get gigs from here and there. But I was a waiter, you know, so that would be like an extra money, but like a passion. And it just got rebranded by itself, and people started calling me like they gave me like an artist name and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, what's going on?
I
So,
feel like you're very good at getting gigs, simply because you're able
no.
to connect with people.
Oh, I think I am good. I'm actually good at like connecting with people. Actually, I think it's pretty easy because I feel like I like being present when I
Mm-hmm.
meet people. So giving my 100% to the person and not being like they're talking to me, being like, you know, I like to be there, and because you get a better experience. You get more
You've
love from the
always been
experience.
like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I was a very anxious, shy guy before. Maybe like I started being more confident and connected with myself when I was maybe like 24.
24.
Yeah, something like that. Before that, I was shy
So
and insecure.
how were you able to like go from the shy kid?
I think when I started doing art and I found like an identity, because before I used to play football, right? And football, there's like so many players in a team, and it would be football, football, football. No time to like socialize, no time to experience life, to live, to like travel, to try this, to learn how to do this or that, you know. So like it was just like football all the time in a field, which I love, you know. But then when I jumped into a new world and stopped playing football, I decided to stop my career. um I started experimenting a lot of things, man. And when I started doing photography and I found like an identity and like people were liking it, I was like, oh wow, that comes from me. That comes from my story, from my past, from things that I've seen and heard, So I found it like fascinating. So I just embrace that confident right there, and I guess it's my life and I own it, So it's up to me what I want to experience or not.
Do you still remember your first project, photography project?
A friend of mine called Lucho, he created like a photography uh, collective. He got me to shoot high classify back in the days. Those photos turned out like very well, and I was paid for it. I don't know if it was my first gig. I don't think so, man, because I was a little like reaching out to so many people and little brands and no, actually no. I think I shot for no diploma before that actually, and I remember that he didn't like it then.
He didn't like it?
No, and I loved it, but like we just had like different like there was no right way to do it, Like he had his style, I had my style.
Yeah.
I didn't like his style, he didn't like my style, so we had to find like a middle ground between
Yeah.
both, and like we found a middle ground and we built what we built. But yeah, I can't remember, man. To be
So
honest,
how-
my memory sucks so much. You have no idea.
Yeah, dude, honestly, same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, same. So what is the difference between the Aldo that shot for no diploma
Mhm.
to Aldo shooting for current Leagues Cup or
I can tell you a funny story from one of the first shoots.
yeah.
Okay. One of my first shoots was for Bench,
Oh
the
yeah, I
clothing
saw
brand.
that on Google. Yeah.
And that was my very first shoot for them, and I got like 15, 20 models, which were like all my friends. To you.
Yeah, dude, that'd be amazing.
But yeah, I was just carrying my rack, had like 20 models there, all my friends, and we got like drinks, beers. It was so fun, man. But that was it was one of my first shoots, as you can tell. And to reply to your question, like the Aldo that was shooting before and now, I feel like I'm more confident now and have so much more peace because I know what I'm doing, and I know how to become friends with my models and my clients, so we get like our organic product and the experience more beautiful too.
Make people feel comfortable.
Yeah, because
I think that's what you're
I'm
good at.
confident now.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know how to do things, and
But that's what, six,
it's
7 years
natural.
of experience more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7, 8 years, something like that. Yeah, it just feels more natural, man. So I have more peace when I'm doing it, enjoy more. So
Have you ever wanted to quit photography?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of kept you going?
Mm.
I mean, you've been doing the same thing for
Well,
like 7, 8 years.
I took like breaks and stuff like that. I think it's a common like problem that a lot of artists have, like at that point where you're like you see your friends like growing up, and they're like in late 20s, early 30s, whatever, and they're making like tons of money and buying houses
I
and
know.
this and that, but they're doing like shitty ass like jobs, like very boring jobs and all that stuff. And you get frustrated because you're like, yo, I want to have a family too, I want to have a house and get married, and just at the end of the day, that's my goal, to have my family and be happy
Same.
with my wife and in my house and have that the freedom to enjoy them and see them grow and live beautiful things with them, But like, how realistic it is to make that come true through like art and photography. So I think it's definitely normal to like feel frustrated sometimes, and I'm like, no, I'm quitting. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna like jump into something. But I feel like it's more about like being frustrated, which is like very good stress. It's like positive stress, and innovating and opening more doors, and not just relating in the photography, selling things, that learning how to do like different things so you can like get more gigs, and be smarter about it, how you market your thing, how things take like less time. So yeah, if someone ever felt like quitting, their art, it's totally okay. Take a break and just like innovate and open doors, do different things, you know. But it's completely normal to feel stress and feel pressure by society, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I mean, if you're gonna invalidate those feelings, then it's gonna make things worse. Would you
Mm-hmm.
agree?
Yeah, totally.
How long was your longest break?
My longest break. I'm a very emotional man, so I can be like, I'm taking a break, and 2 days later, my break is
Yeah,
done.
same.
You know,
Literally, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm very
Literally
emotional. You
same.
know, so I can't remember how long it was, but I was still always taking photos.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never
It's.
really stopped.
Would you say it's like part of you now?
Definitely, I love
Photography.
documenting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
So what does it mean to document? Because when I think of documenting, it's like showing behind the scenes. How would you
Mm,
describe like documenting something?
it depends what you want to document. You want to document the steps of something, which is like behind the scene, or you want to create an experience with your documenting. I
Mm-hmm.
like to create an experience where like people can feel the energy of whatever that was happening and see all the elements that created that experience too, you know. So it's a mix of like installation and entertaining, you know, like if there were dancers, these singers and painters and flowers and fires and bombs, and you know, if like documenting those things and also like showing the energy and the reaction of the people. I feel like documenting is just like giving a visual experience to people who could not be there so they can feel it to understand it, you know.
That's a very good way to explain. Or just like get. I mean, that sounds beautiful in general.
Thank you.
You said one of your passions is actually love. What does that?
You know, I feel like love is the nucleo of things pretty much, you know, because that's where everything starts, man. That's where you get the energy to do things right. That's where you get the energy to find solutions to problems because there's love for it, to like accept mistakes you have done in the past and like fix it and grow, you know. um and that's also like, I feel like there's a lot of things, bad things around us and negativity, you know. So when you keep love in your mind, you kind of blind those things a little bit, you know. You don't get distracted by it because you're just focusing on love and the beauty
The
of things that are
positivity.
around us and people. And it's, you know, you can give me like a very negative, you can do like a very bad action and a very good action, you know, and it's up to me to decide if I stick to the bad one or the good one, you know. And it takes the same substance in your brain to take that one or that one, you know. To love
Yeah.
or hate is the exact same substance. So I feel like when you choose love, life is just way easier and more beautiful, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's why optimism is like so important. Yeah. Seeing good in everything type
It
of
gives you like an
situation. Yeah.
extra boost, that extra energy that you need to do things when you're tired, you know. You don't get tired, man. It's weird.
Yeah, but because you're in love with the process
Yeah.
of what you're doing, which is, I mean, that's a win in life in general.
Yeah.
I think, at least. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely relate to like seeing your friends who went in college and like now they have houses or mortgages and whatever, and like being a creative because you're kind of like earning on the go as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Is that something that like motivates you to like keep pushing?
Mm-hmm.
Co-
Yeah, I think uh like I said, like having my family push me a lot, and seeing my parents, my siblings in a better place too, and my friends around me, because those are the people that makes me happy at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
Like giving that energy. So like to see them happy and help them with that, I feel like it's gonna make me happy too. So it's gonna bring like happiness.
What is it something that you have learned, well, something from your culture that you implement every day in life and something you would like others to implement as well? Something beautiful from your culture that others should implement as well.
I think treating people like family,
Yeah.
trying to treat people around you like family is the best. Like family is very big in my culture, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like when you go to Latin America, you people are very welcoming, you know, they welcome you and they don't have nothing to give and they're gonna give you everything they have, you know, and they're gonna be like, you come to my house and come have some like soup and food, you know, and they're gonna treat you so well.
Mi casa, su
And
casa, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
My house is your house? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, you got it right. But yeah, I think treating people like they were your family, it's amazing. You know, keeping it real, you know. Of course you're gonna be treating everybody like it's your family if like they don't deserve it, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah, you're very close to your family.
yeah. And my friends too.
Yeah. Um, why is it that you think you have been able to build these relationships with people, such as like you can almost call your friends your brothers?
I think like
Where are you living?
NDG. NDG is close to like Vandom Station, Westmount and all that.
What person has influenced your work?
I would say there's this businessman called, he's an entrepreneur from Miami called Lex Borrero. Lex Borrero, he's from Colombia,
Oh wow, okay.
and he works in the music industry. He runs a company called Neon 16, and what they do is insane, man. Like it's just crazy, and he been through so much. He been through like so many sacrifices, you know, and I feel so identified with him. Like so many no's, so many I don't believe you, so many like nah, it's not going anywhere. Like I don't believe in your vision, no answers. Like I've been through that too, you know, and I feel like we struggle a lot too. And seeing him like doing the things that he's doing today and being like one of the biggest pieces of like the music industry in the world. He worked like in Toronto with like the Weeknd, Drake, and all that people, but now he has his own thing. in Miami. I think it's a dream to work with him, and he taught me so much, man. He's good because like all his like videos are like very short and clear and simple. Short, clear, simple. Short, clear, simple. Boom, 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 boom. So you're like, you learn so fast from any video he puts out there when he's speaking about like the industry and work and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, Alex Porero is someone who been like he been like a mentor lately.
You can relate to him because the story that both of you guys have, it's
The
a little
struggle,
similar.
yeah,
Yeah, the
definitely.
struggle.
Yeah, like I sent so many emails and we actually did like a whole thing, a strategy, and the strategy was so easy. I did the toilet paper like challenge. You're just like playing with the toilet paper and doing like move and stuff like that. And I did it with a Kid Super like jersey on, and I tag him, so we attract his attention. He reply, so we open the conversation, and then we're like, okay, yo, we need to do a flyer and this and that. So we sent it to him, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So it was like a very fun way of like getting
That's awesome.
into the
Yeah.
creation of that.
Something I can learn from that too. Yeah,
Anyone,
how
man.
you were able to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Or
I feel like
you and Ben.
it's always like finding the right ways to like connect with people, man. Just and it's always like something so simple and friendly and human and chill, you know.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes those like pitch decks and those press kits and all this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's not intimidating, but it's like it's another guy, another press kit, another like. Why should I work with you? Give me a reason. And when we did this, like right away, hit the heart, hit the
So,
spot.
what is it that attracted you to come here and have the conversation?
Who knows who's watching this? Who knows who needs this? Who knows who feels like maybe quitting? He's gonna get something from this, and he's gonna like keep going. And I'm sure like there's a lot of people who watch your podcast and other podcasts, and like they become something huge in life, man. And it's thanks to that podcast, so I feel like what you're creating right here, bro, is like a very important platform. And yeah, trying to communicate, you know.
Yeah, so Aldo, imagine you have a billboard that can capture all the creatives' attention in the world. What message would you display on that billboard?
Um, I think that we need to put more focus into kids' education.
How would that billboard look like?
I feel like it would be an ad focus into like giving better education to like kids and understanding how important they are and that they gonna own the world one day and that they are the only solution and heroes of this true world, you know. So I would create an ad where like kids just shine
Nice.
a lot, different personalities, different things, and they're just shining.
You love the concept of having a family. So is that kind of like your end goal, or like is that your goal in life? Or is that something you're looking forward to, having kids of your own?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I want to have 4 kids.
4 kids, you said?
Yeah, and if possible, just girls.
Nice.
Maybe one guy, so I can see if he feels like playing football, you know.
Yeah.
But I know one of my
Girls
guys gonna
can
be
play
down
football
to play
too.
football.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
of course. You're
yeah.
gonna see like that playing. They're gonna be like, I wanna play football like my dad. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome, man.
But that's a two people decision, not mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this conversation?
Yeah. I just wanna say that only through unity and putting the ego on the side and looking at the bigger picture is only through unity that we're gonna like build those dreams and really get where we would like to be and where we think we deserve to be, you know. So I just everybody that feels that there is like competition out there, take it in a positive way. If they do something good, better than your work, well, try to do something better than them, and work together, man. Work together because like that whole concept of being the hero of the or the face of the brand, it's bullshit. We need a team. We need to work together. You know, like three, four people, like they're gonna come with a better idea than just one person. You know, so don't waste time into like fighting and like comparing yourself and like educate yourself, protect your peace, spread love and unity, man. Keep working together, man. Do what you have to do to work together, and even if you don't like someone, man, just keep it professional maybe and look at the bigger picture, because maybe looking at the bigger picture is gonna give you the love to start liking that person. So
We can put all that on the billboard above the kids' education.
yeah, forget about the kids. I'm kidding.
No, that's
No, I'm
awesome.
kidding,
And Aldo, if other creatives want to get in touch with you, what are some of the easiest ways to start a conversation? Wait, did I
You can
say that?
just send me a message, man. I reply to all my DMs. Yeah,
Yep, you do.
24
You do.
hours, but you know.
Yeah, this might be like a therapist session for both of us.
Yeah, man. It feels
Yeah.
actually very great, to be honest with you, man. Oof.
No, I appreciate it, man. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope were you able to kind of converse about everything you kind of wanted to talk about?
I think we touched like every single topic that I could have communicated.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you had fun, man, that's
Yeah,
it, that's all.
definitely, man.
Sweet, man. Yeah, we'll kind of cut it here. See you soon, Aldo.
Thank you, bro.
Bam.
That song was sweet.